Now we're going to do some coordination exercises, playing eighth notes on the snare drum against quarter note bass drum. In exercise 1, we're playing single stroke eighth notes, leading with the right hand. So it'll be right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and against bass drum quarter notes. In exercise 1, your right hand will fall against the bass drum. Let's try exercise 1. In exercise 2, we are also playing eighth notes on the snare, but we're leading with the left hand. So we'll be playing left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right against the bass drum. In this particular exercise, your left hand will be falling against the bass drum. Now this is not as natural to some people, so what you have to do is just make sure your left hand and your bass drum coincide. Let's give it a shot. Now in exercise 3, we move on to the double strokes. Right, right, left, left, playing them as eighth notes against the bass drum quarter note. Here we go. In exercise 4, we do the same thing, except now we're leading with the left. Left, left, right, right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and against the bass drum quarter notes. Here we go. There's one more to go. Paradiddles, played as eighth notes. So we've got right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and against the bass drum again. Good luck. Here we go. If you got those exercises down, let's go on and do some eighth note rock beats. Now we're going to be playing some eighth note rock beats. I think the best way to approach this is to think of a constant and a variable. Drummers are always playing more than 2 rhythms at once, and oftentimes one of those rhythms is a constant, something that's consistent. And then there's a variable against it. Our constant in this case is the hi-hat. Your right hand's going to be crossing over, playing eighth notes in a consistent way against the hi-hat. Now what changes are the bass and snare patterns against that. I always like to think of the bass and snare pattern as a little melody. And if I can even sing that melody, it makes it a whole lot easier to play naturally. In exercise 1, on page 32 of your book, we're playing eighth notes on the hi-hat, and we're just simply alternating quarter notes, bass, snare, against those eighth notes. So you get this little simple 2-pitch melody, boom, bop, against the eighth notes. Let's play exercise 1 4 times, okay? Here we go. Now in exercise number 2, we're simply adding one note to that beat that we just got through doing. And there's a bass drum on the and of 2. We have kind of a new melody now with the bass and snare. that melody sounds like this. Boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. And exercise 2 sounds like this. By the way, I think exercise 2 might be the most used rock beat in history. I think you can find that beat in thousands of records. And so you can get a lot of mileage out of that beat. So learn that beat. Let's look at rock beat number 3. The difference between number 2 and number 3 is what? There's an extra bass drum at the end of the beat on the and of a 4. So we have a new melody, just kind of building on what we did with rock beat number 2. Boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. That last bass drum goes into the first bass drum when we repeat the pattern. Here we go. Now, let's go into exercise number 4, and what do we've got? We've got quarter note, 2/8 quarter note in our little melody between the bass and snare. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. Let's try that. And in rock beat number 5, we simply build on what we did in rock beat number 4. 2/8 notes on the bass drum on 1 and 3. So boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. Have you ever heard of Queen's We Will Rock You? Well, that's the same beat. So here we go. Now let's look at rock beat number 6. We kind of have a string of 8th notes at the beginning of the beat. Boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. Bass, bass, snare, bass, bass, snare. Here we go. And in rock beat 7, something kind of neat happens here. We take out one of the notes that we played in rock beat number 6. We take out the quarter note bass drum on the 3rd beat, and that leaves us a rest on the 3rd beat, which makes an interesting effect. Boom, boom, bop, boom, bop. Boom, boom, bop, boom, bop. Now while you're resting under here, you've got to be playing those 2/8 notes on top here. And some people find this a little tricky at first, but just keep that steady 8th note thing going on your hi-hat and it'll work out. Let's give this one a shot. And the last one on this page, exercise number 8, we go back to that quarter rest and we put something in it, but we put a bass drum on the and of 3. So we have a new melody again. Boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. Let's play that melody. Let's try number 8. Now I want to add one more beat to our segment right here. Go back and look at number 2 for just a second. Remember number 2? We did this. Now turn to your book to page 34, number 17, and you'll notice something. Number 17 looks just like number 2, except there's a little circle above the last eighth note hi-hat. Now, what does that mean? That means for that eighth note, we open the hi-hat like this. Now, when you repeat it at the beginning and your bass drum is playing, you just bring both feet down together, play them like that. Number 17 sounds like this. I wanted to focus on rock beats number 2 and 17 because those two beats are used in chart 2, which we will get to right now.